Hi, everyone. I want to go ahead and provide a quick review of your midterm exam. Just kind of present a few questions for you so you know what to expect. Well, first of all, the midterm opened at 7 a.m. this past Monday and is open until 11:59 p.m. It will close promptly at 11:59 p.m. regardless of where you are on the exam. So please make sure you allot enough time. Also, since the exam has been open all week, you've had a lot of different opportunity to take the exam. The exam is not allowed to be taken past the due date. Now, I will go ahead and tell you, I guarantee there's going to be a student that emails me Monday asking for an extension on the exam. And unfortunately, if you read the syllabus, you know my stance on late work. Now, this is a college level business course, and each and every one of you need to be accountable and responsible for getting your work done and getting it done on time. Waiting until the day an assignment is due is never a good idea. I can tell you from life experience, something always happens. Your laptop's going to break down, your internet, you're not going to feel well, someone's going to get sick, you might get in a car accident. All of those things can happen. But at the end of the day, you are responsible and accountable for making sure you get your work done. You need to make school a priority. Now, I know how hard it is. If you're working full time, if you have children, if you have kids, I've done all of those. I've worked full time. I've had kids. I've gone to school, graduate school. I've done all of those things, and I know just how exhausting and tiring it can be. But at the end of the day, going to school was my choice. And so I need to make those choices throughout the week to make sure that I'm successful. And waiting until the day an assignment is due is never a good idea. Something will happen, I assure you. All right, so let's go ahead and get off that lecture of being accountable and responsible. Let's now go ahead and move forward to the exam itself. Now, the exam is 50 questions, multiple choice, true or false. I create these exams not to stump the students. I actually use these more as just a general review. They're not terribly difficult. Now, you will need to prepare for them, sure, but they're not here to make it difficult on you or stump you. You really have to look at these as more of an assignment that needs to be done within 2 hours. You have 2 hours to complete the assignment. Which should give you plenty of time. Again, it's multiple choice, true, false. A lot of multiple choice questions that I have are definitional type questions. And so if you know the definitions of terms, that will certainly help you. Let's go ahead and take a look at just a couple of questions. So the first one is, I'm going to pull up, blank is the ability to influence others and work well in teams. And so if you use a physical book, which I do, I prefer a physical book, you can go ahead and look up all of these terms: authority, power, omnipotence, and leadership skill in the back of the book in the index. And then once you look that up, it'll tell you what page it's on, and then you can find the definition of each and then match up what it is. Or if you have the ebook, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use your ebook. So if you were to type in each question or each answer, it might be a little bit, might take you a little bit longer to find the answer. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to type in the ability. I can type ability to, and I can't remember what the question was, ability to influence others and work well in teams. So ability to influence others and work well. I'll just leave it like that. So we have the ability to work well. We're going to go ahead and find that on page 18. Where did it go? Oops. I don't know why it skipped. Here it is, page 18, leadership skill. You can see it right there. Is the ability to influence others and work well in teams. So that's page 18 where I found that information. Now, obviously, you want to ignore the green check right here. I'm trying to present you with ways to take the test. Obviously, it's giving us the answer, but you can just ignore that. Let's go ahead and look at a couple other questions. So our supervisor, Daniel, let's check out what Daniel is all about. So our supervisor, Daniel, is a great guy. He appreciates the work we do and inspires us to perform better. Which of the following best describes Daniel's behavior? Well, we have a couple different choices: positive, being humorous, being politically correct, or using people. So if he inspires others to perform well, we're going to go ahead and scratch off that bottom one. It's not using people, right? So we have choice between positive, humorous, and politically correct. Well, I'm going to go ahead and scratch off humorous. There's nothing funny about inspiring others to perform better, right? So we can scratch that off. Politically correct, that's really not the definition of politically correct. Inspiring others to perform better. So my deductive reasoning would lead me to believe that being positive is the right answer. And so I would choose being positive, not just because there's a green check next to it, but because that to me is the most logical answer. Let's go ahead and look at another question here, a fill in the blank. Anytime you have a fill in the blank, it's just a definitional question. No critical thinking really involved. Just look up the definition and find the best one. So this one again, and these questions aren't meant to stump you. They're really just meant for you to review the material. So think of it as an assignment. So blank skill is the ability to work well with a diversity of people, right? So how would I go about doing this? Well, if I had a physical book, I would look up each of these words in the back of the book: internal, holistic, interpersonal, and metaphysical. I happen to know that the only one in there is interpersonal because I've already looked this answer up before. So interpersonal would be the answer. However, what if you have an ebook? I'm going to go ahead and type in ability. Let's see, what was that question again? Ability to work well with a diversity, to work well with a, oh, look at that, it pops up. The ability to work well with a diversity of people. Let's go ahead and see what that one is. So that falls under interpersonal skills. And interpersonal skills is the ability to work well with a diversity of people. Again, these questions are not meant to stump. Use your book and use this opportunity to review the information. So I hope this was a little bit helpful. Now, sure, are there going to be questions that are a little bit more difficult? Absolutely, there's going to be some that you might have to put your critical thinking skills on. It really depends on what questions you get. There's a whole different, they're in random order, and it could be different types of questions for just randomly selects. Again, answer the questions that you know first, that you can easily answer, and then go back at the end and answer the questions that you need to look up, and you should have plenty of time. I've already seen that many of you have taken the exam and have done very well, so I'm seeing a lot of good grades. That's encouraging. Again, I don't want these questions to stump you. It's really just for you to review the material. Now, if you've been reading your textbook, a lot of these answers you should know. You shouldn't have to look, I would say, about half of them up, just because you should know the definitions of things just by looking at the questions and then your options. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Best of luck. And I wish you, I wish you best of luck. All right, thanks so much. Take care.